Boom, 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 boom. And we're live. Quarter Pound Podcast. Let me get our timer set. 5 minutes. Okay, Quarter Pound Podcast. UFC 238, guys. I'm your host, Eddie. And that's Gib.
What up?
Yeah. Fucking break down UFC 238. One of this, in my opinion, is the best pay-per-view of the year so far. It's up there with, I think it was 232 or 235. 235 was Jones and Smith. It's up there with that.
Yeah.
Up there with that. I think 232 is good too. Yeah, Jones and Gustafson too. Yeah, that one was actually a good one too. Fuck. But it's up there. It's at least top 3. We know that. I like the main event, Cejudo and Moraes. Looking forward to. Like now, Henry Cejudo's just embracing the cringe, bro. He's just like, he loves it. He loves it.
That's pretty funny though. He's got a good
gimmick.
Yeah. Normally people do it for a while and then stop. At least he's continuing to do it, you know?
He's fucked. Did you see him today in the Magic outfit? Yeah. Oh my god.
I never knew. I saw a few memes, but he's on the Wrestling for Dummies book.
Is he?
Yeah, like the first ever, because they write these books for dummies to start you off, and they're like famous books, and he's on one of the covers, believe it or not.
What?
He won a gold at the time, so he's a perfect person to teach it at the time. But hey,
that's pretty jokes.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to El Cucuy and Cowboy.
I'm not surprised that's not co-main event.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let you start us off. I just gotta go somewhere super quick. I'll be back within a couple of minutes, guys. But we'll start off with the first fight of the night.
This is gonna be pretty quick, man.
Yeah, when you hear if you hear the beeper go off, it just means 5 minutes is up. But like, I already know you're not gonna take 5 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and you can start now. Okay, Caitlin Chookagian and who's she fighting? Joanne Calderwood.
Jojo Calderwood.
Yep, go ahead.
Really liked her fight with Jessica Ai because you saw how scrappy she can be and how she can be in someone's base like that. Sorry, I meant to say Clint Jafaria's fight got a triangle armbar on her, real deadly in the on the ground. She's really decent in a fight. She's got a nice open side kick that she likes to use. She likes to home in on people with it. She's got great kicks to the body that she used on Valerie Letourneau in that fight. She's from top teams. She's pretty tough. It would take her out. And Caitlin Chookagian, she had a pretty good run against Mara Romero Barella. Decent scrapper in the pocket as well. Better believe she's going to catch kicks and return them back pretty nicely with some really good punch combos. She's got a nice jab straight combo, and she tosses in a few punches here and there, and she's really good at landing hooks as she backs up. She's got some decent footwork and tends to use that when she walks people down a lot. Tends to really keep them from moving around and kind of getting lateral movement on them. Starts to walk forward and really circles out when she has to, and can really trap people up against the fence. She was able to do that against Jessica Ai. Sorry. Now, it was a split decision and very rough fight for her, but still, she had to get through a lot. Got some tough punches back to where she had a bit of a time blocking a lot of the punches that Jessica Ai threw at her, just because of how much she's able to take and constantly move forward. Whereas Joanne Calderwood lost to Jessica Andrade, very similar to to Rose getting slammed in that fight. So there are times when she doesn't do very well on the clinches and kind of loses it there. So I actually got Caitlin Chookagian in this one.
Yeah.
She did beat Lipsky though, but yeah, I got Chookagian.
Wasn't the best spot for
She
Lipsky,
got
to be
powerbombed by
honest.
Jessica Andrade too, eh?
Who? Joanne Calderwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I played the fight goes to
And lost to
decision
Rose.
here.
Yeah.
I played the fight goes to decision here. I just think it's obviously gonna go all 3 rounds. Both these girls don't have like I guess JoJo has a little bit more of a threat. Like she's got some decent jets. She can pull off with arm bars and stuff like that. But Chookagian's not the type to be wrestling anyway. She's gonna be super active on the feet, punching and kicking in the air, and like making it look like she's throwing a lot of strikes. But I don't know who's gonna win. To be fucking honest, I just like to go to decision here. So I did play that, and I actually have a 5 play parlay, bro. Fucking never do those, but you guys will see why. A lot of like high odds, and yes, I had to play Valentina. Oh, I didn't have to. I just wanted to. I thought like that's fucking. I will talk about that after, but yeah, I guess I got Joanne Calderwood here. I think she can do like much of the same, if not more, than Jessica I did to Chookagian. So I got Joanne Calderwood here, and maybe a split decision or something. I don't know. Maybe a 28,
could be another one, yeah.
All right, but that's about that. Boom, 40 seconds to spare. Next up, Eddie Wineland and Grigory Popov. You can take this one.
All right. So Eddie Wineland really surprised me with how fast he is on the in and out movement, getting in and out of the phone booth very quick. But his hands are just super low. Every now and then they do go high up there, but trust me, they're not up there for long. He likes the double jab combo with a right hand, and it's pretty blitzing. He was able to take out Frankie Saenz with barely any punches, just kind of waiting for his moments and doing it well. And then this other notable win against Takeya Mizugaki, beat him in the first round as well. He likes to kind of look like he's going in high, go for a body shot every now and then. I think he dropped him with a right hand. He's very easy to hit with the leg kick, but he goes side to side constantly and throws a leg kick of his own back. Gregory Popov, I'm only just kind of hearing about this guy now, but he's a pretty good kickboxer, man. Really decent teep, crazy elbows, throws spinning stuff. He's got a popping backhand there. He's got a decent ground game. He's pulled off a few go-go platas and decent, submissions, but they were not on anyone crazy notable. Eddie Wineland's been in the UFC for a while. Nothing new to him, just another person coming in. But I think Popov is going to be pretty surprising, to say the least, on his debut. His fights don't last long, mostly first-round fights. Obviously, he's just kind of stacking his resume up, but at the same time, he does come from Tiger Muay Thai, which says on Tapology. You never know, they could be wrong. But I think his striking beats out Wineland. I just think Wineland's hands are too low for this.
Yeah.
And maybe he might prove that he's garbage on the ground, and Wineland might lock up a submission. But I think Popov beats him up on the feet all day.
I like Popov to win this fight. I'm not thinking too highly of the guy, to be honest. Nothing special because he hasn't fought anybody good whatsoever. It's fucking embarrassing. Wineland's the best guy he's faced by like a large margin as well, and Wineland isn't as bad as people think he is. I guess he's kind of like people think he was a shot fighter and stuff, but it wasn't too bad against Alejandro Perez, man. No, I thought you were typing to me like you couldn't
No,
hear me.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no.
oh, fuck. Yeah, I like Popov though. I think if it does hit the grounds, Popov actually has the advantage. Believe it or not. And it'll be an interesting fight, but I got Popov. Okay. Next up, Devon Lewis and Darren Stewart. I'll take this one. So, I'm actually going to play Devon Lewis. Just waiting for something to be released. But I'm gonna play Devon Lewis in one of my other parlays, the smaller one. And to me, like Knockett should have already beat Uriah Hall. He got it was like kind of
I
like,
don't know, man. That was a tough fight for him.
yeah, crazy, bro. He was mauling the guy. Not
For a
mauling him, but
while, for a
he was
while,
beating him
yeah.
up.
For a while, yeah.
But he was beating him up pretty bad. Like he was definitely winning that fight. He was definitely winning that
But
fight.
Uriah Hall has proven to be beaten up in fights by Gegard Mousasi and still come back with like something.
Yeah, but
Out of
that's
the
a
blue.
fluky. Like he was down 2 rounds, bro, on the judges' scorecards.
Oh, doesn't matter.
What do you mean? Doesn't matter if he didn't knock him out, he would have lost.
Yeah, but like he did knock him out, and yeah, man, Uriah Hall's magic sometimes.
He's horrible.
Nah, man.
I don't like him at all. I think he's way past his prime. Don't think he was ever good to begin with, to be honest.
Definitely hyped up when he got there. You're right.
Like nothing special. He has some crazy kicks. That's about it. And he knocked out Gegard with a fluke, pretty much. But whatever. Darren Stewart would actually fuck up Uriah Hall if they fought right now.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Devon Lewis though, pretty good grappler and shit like that. I like that he's like one of John Jones's main trading partners, and he's very similar to John Jones. The way he fights, his movement, everything. You can tell he's very John Jones like. Darren Stewart, don't get me wrong, the kid's flashy and everything, but Devon Lewis is something else, bro. I know I said that when he was fighting Uriah Hall, but he should have won that fight, man. He just like he learned his lesson. That's all that matters. Everybody needs one loss sometimes. And well, I think this kid's gonna bounce back better than ever. I think he's that's a really good play in my opinion because the price has gone down on him quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, so I think he's a nice play. Devon Lewis, I think he wins this fight. He can 100% out grapple Darren Stewart, but he can definitely outstrike him as well. Darren Stewart gasses a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You can go though.
You know, I do have to admit he does tend to gas out a bit, but in a lot of fights where he tends to look like he's in trouble, like in the Charles Byrd fight, he just comes back out of. Won that fight with a right elbow, and I'm not sure if I picked him that fight, but I might have picked Charles Byrd there, just because I didn't think he would have much trouble just walking through him, especially after like Contender Series and all. But definitely Bevan Lewis Contender Series was no joke as well. Came in with some crazy knees on Cunningham, I think it was. Wrecked him up against the fence, and when he gets if he gets Darren Stewart there, it could be difficult. But he does tend to let up off the gas a little bit, and I think when he does, it tends to open things up for your Uriah Hall to post a nice 1-2 down the middle at the time. Again, I would say Darren Stewart could probably challenge Uriah Hall a lot too. That could be a decent fight as well, but I think he still has the similar tools as well as toughness to deal with Bevan Lewis. They're both the same age, pretty much a lot of the same stats across the board, other than the fact that Darren Stewart's been in the UFC a lot longer. Definitely has gone through his share of losses to Carl Robertson, as well as Edmund Shabazz split decision. So I actually think he'll be ready for Bevan Lewis for this one. I got Darren Stewart. I think he wins a fight here. It's not going to be easy, but
I can definitely see it happening at some point, but I just don't see it being likely.
mm,
Okay. We killed that one. We're all under time right now. We're killing it. Zion, I can never say her name. Yan versus Angela Hill. Also played this. Fight goes to decision. I think Yan's gonna win. She's just way more active than Angela Hill, the better striker of the two, and it's gonna be a striking match.
yeah.
So simple as that. I just think Yan's the better striker, and she'll win this fight. But I did play the fight goes to decision here.
Mm.
In the same parlay as the other fight goes to decision that I played, Chookagian and Calderwood.
I thought Yan took a lot of punches against Suri Kondo. She tends to walk into to a lot of big shots, but she does have a pretty decent jab that she reaches out and kind of hits people with. And in that fight was actually pretty entertaining because they were both returning spinning back fists on each other, and you gotta always watch out for that from Yan. And you know, she got Yuri Kondo to walk into a few of those in the especially in the second round. I can actually see Yan having problems catching Angela Hill though. Angela Hill tends to get on the bike every now and then and just constantly speed walk people down when she does land, stop, fire, counter, or try to bounce her way back in. Like constantly switching karate and like Muay Thai every now and then. When she wants to stay and sit in the pocket, she'll kind of rely more on the Thai stuff, and when she's moving around, she'll kind of be a little bit more karate-ish. She does tend to use up a lot of energy. It took her a while to get a W. She had to beat up Jody Escobar, constantly moving side to side and forward and back, just making it very difficult for Jody to even really throw a punch or even land on her. So Angela Hill can kind of get you in a speed trap in a way and keep running away from you. But Yan is a very, very deadly kickboxer. She can strike her out too. I don't know, man. I think it's actually pretty decently even. Angela Hill has not been winning the type of fights that you'd want her to win to really put money behind. Her win was just against Escobar, and she hasn't been having the greatest run either. So yeah, I think Yan's pitted to win in this one. Possibly with another spinning attack or something. But I think if she gives Angela Hill too much time, she might work up some strikes and beat her up. But I think she's very easily taken down. She's been beaten up by Brandon Marcos in the first round. So I got Yan for this one.
Yeah. Next fight. We're killing it right now.
All right.
Jesus, yeah.
Lamas
I like this next
Kattar.
one. Yeah,
It was a really good fight.
Kattar. So I actually got. Fuck. I'll let you break this one down first, actually.
Okay. So Kattar is super talented, man. And I like how calm he is in certain rounds, especially when he fought Chris Fishgold. And I really think he started the fall of Chris Fishgold recently as he lost his last fight, but he ended him in the first round, just clacked him. And I thought Chris Fishgold was doing very well, constantly keeping him on the back foot, putting him up against the fence. His back was on there. Just did not have a lot of places to go in that fight. And Chris Fishgold got caught when he was kind of switching levels, and Kattar threw a nice jab cross right down the middle. He's got some nice uppercut weapons, some nice hooks as well. He was on a 2-fight win streak before losing to Moicano by decision. And in that time, beat Shane Burgos and even Andre Fili. So we know he can at least beat a wrestler and a decent kind of kickboxer. He keeps running that 1-2, and he really does have an eagle eye for targeting when to use it. Ricardo Lamas, though, I mean, he has that bounce style where he jumps in and out as well, but he puts a lot of people in trouble. Like he put being put on the floor in submission trouble in his Jason Knight fight, you know, and he kept turning around for a nasty heel hook. So Lamas is pretty deadly on the ground. He's got some
Pretty
machine
deadly
gun.
on the ground. Pretty deadly.
Lamas?
Yeah, he's pretty good on the
Oh
ground,
yeah.
actually.
Oh
yeah.
He throws
He's a black belt.
throws a nasty machine gun punch at you, and he really builds up the numbers if you sit there. And I'm a little worried that if Calvin Kattar gets too calm, Ricardo Lamas might just jump him and just start constantly hitting him, whether he blocks it or not, and just stack up the punches up against the fence. Even with his boxing, he throws some low kicks every now and then too. But he really wants to brawl and really wants people to throw more than they have to. If you're throwing single strikes, he's going to tag you. But if you're constantly throwing numbers at him and hitting him with stiff enough shots to make him step back, Ricardo Lamas is a bit difficult for him to get in. I think Calvin Kattar gets another knockout here, but Ricardo Lamas is ready for a fight at any time. So I actually don't think putting your money on him is bad either. But I got Calvin Kattar for this.
Oh, okay. It's a tough fight to fucking call, bro. I actually caught Lamas, though.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I just think Lamas has the veteran experience. I think he should be the better wrestler of the two as well.
Better grappler for sure.
Better grappler in general, yeah. And
beat Elkins, man. Holy shit.
Elkins is a monster. So
that was a great fight.
But even that fight he had with Max Holloway, the last 10 seconds, that was fucking so sick. Yeah, I don't know, and I think he has enough on the feet to at least keep up with Kattar, if not beat him. But he's, in my opinion, the better grappler as well. And if he wants to take it that route, you can. That's definitely a good path to victory for him. So I'm gonna go with Lamas here. Okay. Next up is Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Alexa Grasso. I think Kowalkiewicz should win this fight. She's on a bit of a slump, but she should win this fight. She's a better striker compared to Grasso. Grasso, I was pretty high on at one point, especially when she was first coming into the UFC. Good boxer, in my opinion, when she was first coming in. At least for the women, she was like, she was a pretty good boxer, pretty decent boxer. Hasn't been looking great either, to be honest, though. I think Karolina could, I don't know, she doesn't have the best striking defense either, and Karolina could capitalize on that. So I'm going with Karolina regardless, though.
Yeah. I think when Karolina Kowalkiewicz builds up that right hand and really gets dedicated, she can land it whenever she wants. And that 1-2 that she landed on Felice Herring, and she clinched up with her, landed some knees. She shows a lot of stamina in her fights just because of those knees, and she brings people stamina down a lot. Obviously, that Jessica Andrade fight was just crazy. She had to deal with a lot of pressure coming forward in the beginning, and she did crack her quite a few times coming in, but Andrade was not giving up, and she was ready to drag her into the deep end into the deep end for that fight. Karolina Kowalkiewicz built up a few punches, but not everyone's gonna walk through your punches, and I don't think Grasso's that type of fighter. She's still pretty tough. She had a very tough fight against Tatiana Suarez, so bit difficult, and she even had a very tough fight against Felice Herring as well. A lot better time with Rana Marco. She took her time in that one, instead really putting her in danger in the last minute of the rounds there. She's really good at performing there. Good ground pound, and she likes to get mount. Got Marco's back a few times, and she might take a few jabs, but she likes to abuse that front leg kick. But I don't think you can give Karolina Kowalkiewicz a jab when she's great at landing that a lot of the basic stuff. So like I said, I think Karolina Kowalkiewicz takes this one as well.
Okie dokie. Oh, I like this next fight here. Next up, we got Pedro Munhoz and Aljamain
Yeah.
Sterling. Good fight. Winner of this should actually get the next title shot at 135. Both guys are on fucking hot streaks. Aljamain just beat Jimmy Rivera, and
Yep.
Pedro just knocked out Cody Garbrandt. Um, gonna be a fucking good fight. I'm actually leaning with Aljo though.
Really?
Yeah, let me tell you why though. Because
Oh,
Aljo and
great
I
jiu-jitsu.
could, Pedro's is better for sure. Has to be better.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, Aljamain
Oh,
Sterling's
very good.
great
Oh, very
jiu-jitsu. To take
fucking
that
very
on,
good. Yeah.
why not?
And not only great jiu-jitsu, very good wrestler. A lot of people thought he wouldn't be able to get down. I don't think he got down Rivera. Who did he fight before Rivera? Fuck. Man. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, Cody Stamen, and before that, he got Brett Johns.
He fucked up Brett Johns. I remember that. But he beat Cody Stamen too, right?
Yep. All after
Yeah.
losing to Marlon Moraes, who's main event.
Yeah. So that's big. And I don't know. That'd be a little cool rematch. I always the funner fight, the funner thing would be if Pedro won. So obviously Pedro's super fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's just all action all the time, and if he jumps guillotine, he's fucking pretty dangerous. That guy will submit you pretty quick. I was telling everyone on the podcast to be careful of betting Cody Garbrandt against Pedro because Pedro's no fucking joke, bro, and he proved that. But yeah, I got Aljo here. I think Aljo should will be able to use the wrestling a little bit, and if not the wrestling, the reach advantage is going to be big, in my opinion. Aljo's going to do much of what he did against Jimmy Rivera and just pick Pedro Munhoz apart. Unless Pedro invades the space and comes forward, like he usually does, anyways. But I don't know. I could also see Aljo controlling him on the ground if Pedro gets a little bit tired. It's not like Pedro's super active off his back either, right? Kind of a guy who just jumps for guillotine, hopefully gets an armbar and stuff like that. Not super active in guard or anything. So, especially if he passes guard. Yeah, I got Aljo, bro.
Pedro Munhoz really impressed me in that Cody Garbrandt fight. Not only because he beat him, I think I had Cody that fight. Number one, number two, he beat Brian Caraway faster and better than Aljamain Sterling was against him because Aljamain Sterling actually got one of his first losses. It was a split decision loss against Brian Caraway, and it was way back. I couldn't believe it because I had Aljamain in that one. Since then, I've noticed the jiu-jitsu, and it's up there. He wrestled it out with he jiu-jitsu'd it out with Rafael Assunção and got a split decision loss. Could have went his way there as well. And since losing to Marlon Moraes, has got 3 wins, and I've had him since then. But Pedro Munhoz, after that that counter that he put on Cody Garbrandt, after taking a shot, was just too badass. When he squares up with people, everything is a weapon. Knees, kicks, very quick block, really good at turning up the pace during the first and second rounds, is really important. And he can end the fight in his best. Very, very entertaining. And any move you miss against him, you're going to get countered. He fought Dodson and really made him work because Dodson can kind of tend to beat a lot of people up, and he does, and he did win that fight, but it didn't look very good for him. And I actually thought Munhoz was doing really well in that fight, coming forward and landing a lot of tough punches on Jaw Dodson. I think he got better of the body punches there too. Aljamain Sterling on the ground, very good actually, and I actually think could rival Pedro Munhoz and one of the best guys to go up against him because I've seen him grapple, and sometimes when Aljamain Sterling takes it back, gets and starts going for the choke, he puts the pressure on really quick, slices right through. The only problem is if people really hold out and kill his arms, he might tend to fade in later rounds, as he's very athletic on the feet, likes to try to dominate people with speed. But on the ground, again, if he wastes his arms, he can end up wrestling around with people for a very long time and not do very well in the stand-up. So I can see Munhoz having a lot of the faster punches in this. So I don't know, man. I think the stand-up will be a little scary for Aljamain Sterling to deal with. But I think Pedro Munhoz gets it here.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, fuck. The time went up. Like,
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, it's all good.
I just finished anyway. I finished saying I think Pedro Munhoz has this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, give me 1 second. Yeah,
Next
my
one
dog.
is Tatiana Suarez.
Okay, so Tatiana Suarez and Nina Ansaroff. I got Tatiana Suarez in that parlay. How could you not? Best
She's
pick
scary,
of the card. Most confident pick of the card by far. A future world champion easily. I see her only girl. Because Rose said she's probably going to retire. So I don't see too many people beating Jessica Andrade at this point. Maybe Ioana, but I don't even know if Ioana's going back to 115.
No.
I think Tatiana Suarez is the next champ regardless, though. She's fucking devastating. You give her a shot, she'll be the champ by the end of the year. Her wrestling's unstoppable. She's got Olympic caliber wrestling. Fucking unbelievable. Her submission skills, the arm triangle, the darts, very dangerous, very strong squeezes. She's just bullies these girls, bro. Absolutely bullies them. And she's gonna do the same thing to Nina. She's gonna absolutely bully Nina Ansaroff. She's gonna fuck her up, and it's gonna be a mauling. So I got Tatiana Suarez all day.
To be honest, I actually thought she was getting get mauled by Claudia Gadelia. And Nina Ansaroff pulled off a big one there. She seemed to be very annoying, hitting people with very light strikes, but quick and sharp enough to annoy people coming forward. She throws lots of hooks going back and also going forward. And she starts to kind of do those more conservatively and kind of saves them for the counters. Doesn't really pursue too much, but her kicks are very dominant. And she likes to go forward with those a lot. I think Tatiana Suarez throws a lot of good single leg sweeps and hip tosses when she kind of breaks opponents down. She's pretty sneaky when she gets in, especially off of like a nice jab and she starts clinching up with people. Very good at sweeping their legs up. She's got a good clinch knee and good at changing levels, stripping people down from the fence. She put Grasso on the floor and really posed problems for her early. She avoided the arm bar, pushed to the side, got to the mount, and jumped on a choke from there. Check out how she grabs a lot of people, man. They don't know what to do when Alexa Grasso got grabbed up.
Alexa Grasso got grabbed up
by Tatiana Suarez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She got her back taken real quick in that one. And she ground pounded Carlota Esparza recently. It's been a while since she's really had a challenge. She's pretty much on a crazy winning streak. I think it keeps going. Yeah. I think she beats Nina Ansaroff no problem.
Yeah, that's sickening that she was only a minus 365 against Amanda Cooper. Only minus 300 against Viviane Pereira, who's not even in the fucking UFC. Like, that's disgusting, bro. And people, I remember fucking idiots who were betting Viviane Pereira against Tatiana Suarez, like fucking dummies, bro. Oh, absolute fucking dummies.
She hasn't won a fight since.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay. So next up, Tai Tuivasa. Oh, for the main card, Tai
Yeah.
Tuivasa, Blagoy, Ivanov. Um, I gotta go with my boy Tai. Have to. Have to go with my boy Tai. Coming off that knockout of Junior Dos Santos about 6 months ago. Um, I don't know. I expect him to be good. I don't think Blagoy is a very good fighter, to be honest. Don't know how he beat Ben Rothwell. That was a robbery, if I remember. Um, yeah, don't think too highly of Blagoy. So I think Ty actually has the better striking, believe it or not, way more active than Blagoy, way more active. He's going to be pressing forward and he's not going to quit. He's going to win this fight. I got Ty all day here.
I mean, Tai Tuivasa barrels through people, lots of power coming through, and I think he knows how to use a nice leg kick. I think that'll be the key for him in this fight, because Junior Dos Santos really messed Ivanov up with that leg kick, and Ivanov didn't like the 5-round fight either. That bothered him a lot. He had a lot of problems landing his big left hand. I mean, like I think Richard Pryor said it. Like, this guy sets his punch up from Alabama, and like people see it coming. So like this guy takes. Richard Pryor said that, right?
The comedian.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah. He's like I swing a punch from Alabama all the way over here, so it's like really far, right? So like this, you see his punches coming, and like Dos Santos had no problem. Every now and then he did get bopped like really quick with a big overhand left, but like luckily this guy didn't get knocked out. He's got a good one, and he's got a good judo background to get people on the floor. But I think if Tai Tuivasa just keeps those leg kicks going and can maybe pulverize him on the feet, possibly even end him, this guy's been going a lot of decisions, and he's got a pretty decent gas tank to get them. But he hasn't faced anyone who's really, really pushed forward. Not sure if he can get Tai Tuivasa on the ground. That might be his only chance, but we'll see what happens. I got Tai Tuivasa, though. I think if he keeps the leg kicks up, he can really scare him off, knock him out with something.
Yeah, might be able to.
Apparently, Ivanov is a judo guy, eh?
Yeah, I think he's still high level in judo. Next up, looking forward to this one. Jimmy Rivera, Petr Yan. Originally I was gonna play Jimmy Rivera, and I still think the line on him is absolutely disgusting. Plus 275 is disgusting. Should not be that big of an underdog. I don't give a fuck who he's fighting. Should definitely not be that big of an underdog. Therefore, I don't find value in losing bets, and I do think he's going to lose this fight. Petr Yan's way more active.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rivera. He's always going to be pressuring the pace. Might be a better, and maybe not as good as a wrestler, because Rivera's got outstanding takedown defense.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to take him down.
Yeah, but if this plays out on the feet, Rivera, don't get me wrong, very good striker. Knows how to put combinations well together when he's doing well. But to be honest, he's more of a guy that would be suited for 5 rounds. Petr Yan's very quick. Quick starter and everything, and he's going by. I would love to watch Marlon Moraes versus Petr Yan for the world.
Wow, really?
That'd be fucking awesome. I got Petr Yan in this fight.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I do have Petr Yan as well, but Jimmy Rivera, great uppercuts and left hooks from him, especially when he gets in on people, and really intense footwork, explosive style, and he's a terror, man. He's a lot to deal with on the stand-up. He's got great leg kicks. He's been able to take people off their stance a lot to go for his takedowns. Right after he goes for that flicker jab, he throws out a jab a lot and feints. He can throw that 1-2. Almost seems like he's throwing it in slow motion. Knocked down Almeida in their fight with an amazing left hand. But Jimmy Rivera really really walked into a tough fight against Aljamain Sterling, and Aljamain Sterling was able to out athletic him a lot on the stand up, and Petr Yan has that. I think has that athleticism as well, but a lot more dedicated to Muay Thai. And again, those kicks, those punches, they're going to be coming at those legs, and I think a lot of the punches that Yan throws, and they set up some nice uppercuts, nice hooks. A lot of weapons that Jimmy Rivera uses, but I think Petr Yan can just use them a lot more effectively. Sometimes Petr Yan has gotten Muay Thai sweeps before in his UFC fights. Now it'll be very difficult to pull that type of sweep off on Rivera going in for like wrestling takedowns. But I mean, if he does it at the right moment, he could end up sweeping his like inside or outside leg with like a pull and then throwing like a knee in there. So lots of spinning backhands and elbows. So look out for that. I like Petr Yan in this one, man. I think he adjusts well to it, and whatever speed Jimmy Rivera comes out with, I think Petr Yan will be able to have that same speed, but a lot more technical and a lot more high level kickboxing. Again, the floor will definitely be a big problem for him. But I think he should be able to get. Yeah, I think he should be able to get Jimmy Rivera in this one.
Cool. Yep. So now we're on to the people's main event: Tony Ferguson, El Kakui versus down Cowboy Cerrone. Huge fight. Big implications, I'm guessing. If we're talking interim, one is has to be interim champion before September, before the actual lightweight title gets underway. So it could be a possibility.
Might as well give it out.
Yeah, they should actually. It would be fun just to make it 5 rounds. Like, they should have done it.
Yeah.
But who cares? Both guys deserve that fight, though. 100%. Am I fucking frozen on the screen?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Yeah, you stopped, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Audio's still playing.
Okay, so we'll just keep my face like that.
Oh man.
That's so jokes though.
Giving up the.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I got Ferguson in that parlay as well. I think the price is going for is an absolute gift. The only reason he's not super high priced or anything like that is because, first of all, he's on kind of a layoff, right? Or fucking, it's been 8 months?
Yeah.
So he's been gone for 8 months. Fucking awesome fight against Pettis though in this last fight. This is the same. He hasn't lost since 2012, bro. Over 7 years ago.
He has 11. No? He has 11 fight win streak.
That's unbelievable.
He's 2 away from Max Holloway's 13 record.
That's crazy.
Did he make a record with that one?
13?
13. Is 13 in a row like a record?
Max Holloway doesn't have 13.
He got 13. Got 13 wins in a row before losing to Poirier. Yeah.
I'm confused. I didn't think he had 13.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yet he never lost since Conor, and like similar to Ferguson, man.
That's crazy.
They both had the longest win streak going for a while.
I know Max had a really long one. I just thought it was 10, not 13. Ferguson, these are the type of fights that Cowboy never does good in, bro. When it's a guy who's able to pressure him forward. Cowboy's just not that type of fighter who's fights with on the back foot so much. These guys saw what Darren Till did to him, what Masvidal did to him. Those are just 2 examples at 170 that were pushing him forward the whole time. Al was giving him a little bit of respect, but not pushing forward as much. Hernandez didn't push him forward. Perry a little bit. Yancey not really. No one else. Matt Brown kind of for a little bit. The Cowboy's been doing really well, bro. I love Cowboy, but El Kakubi's a different kind of monster, bro. All the personal shit he's going through in his life, I honestly wish if it was my choice, I wouldn't have Tony Ferguson fighting. 100%. Wouldn't have him fighting right now. I think I know how to fix this, actually.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Wait, what? That's dumb. Let's see.
It's probably just Google Hangouts.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not working at all, eh? They said, like, we're not even close to working right now.
Nah. But still the audio's coming in. Oh, wait. Nah, you're good.
No, that's another thing.
You're good.
I mean, that was just something else, though.
Oh.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. This wasting a ton of time, too. Sorry.
It's all good, man. Finish up.
We killed it so far. I got Ferguson here. I think he's just going to press forward. I can see him snatching up a submission, to be completely honest, even though Donald's got some nice jiu-jitsu. But he's going to break Donald Cerrone at some point. I think he's in better condition. I like that he took the break. The guy's a fucking monster, bro. He's a monster. Cerrone's been looking good and everything, but Ferguson's kind of one of his kryptonites, in my opinion, would be his kryptonite. Better wrestler, probably the better grappler, better jiu-jitsu, in my opinion, too. Definitely better off his back. Actually, not, I wouldn't say definitely, because Cerrone's pretty damn good off his back, too. He's got a nasty triangle, a nasty armbar, pretty damn good off his back, too. So I can't really say that. No, Tony Ferguson, I think that striking is just too much. He's just throwing way too much at you at one time. And it's going to be a really good fight, don't get me wrong. I just think Tony Ferguson's too much. I saw his media day interviews. It looks fucking super focused. And, man, I'm a huge Alcacui fan, so I'm happy to see him back anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If it was my choice, I wish he took a little bit more time off after the shit he was going through. But it's always good to see him back, so happy he's back. If this is what he wants to do, then I'm happy. Go good.
It's good that Tony Ferguson got the amount of rest that he's able to get. I don't think a lot of fighters are really allowed that. It's kind of one of those things that you have to take it at almost Donald Cerrone's pace, because Cerrone might not have an impressive win streak going, but he's constantly fighting all the time. I mean, he says on Joe Rogan's podcast he doesn't really train that much, like that intensely, doesn't really spar crazy. He's just kind of doing what he's doing to keep healthy and stay at a level, trains at the ranch, and has pretty much walking into these fights out of bed and doing pretty well since losing to Darren Till and Leon Edwards. Almost in between, he beat Yanti Medeiros for a very action-packed first round, but finishing off Mike Perry in a fight that a lot of people had him counted out in, similar to Alex Hernandez. And Alec Quinta, I thought Alec Quinta would beat him up, and Alec Quinta was landing some big overhand rights that fight. I was a big fan of Al in that one, and I actually thought he was going to win it a couple times. And Cerrone just sat there and kept it coming. A lot of the combos that he hit him with are just sparking, man. And, you know, you don't want to get hit with certain combos like the Rick Story combo or the Matt Brown, or the high kick that he landed on Matt Brown. I mean, if you look up these fights, some of these combinations are just super deadly. Whereas Tony Ferguson has this advantage on the feet as well as on the floor. Because on the floor, I think Cerrone's jiu-jitsu is good, don't get me wrong. It was able to armbar Mike Perry, but Tony Ferguson could probably do way worse to Mike Perry on the ground.
Oh my God.
And Tony Ferguson has cartwheeled into heel hooks before, and people don't even know how to defend it, really. And how could you? How could you?
How?
Anthony Pettis went up for a Superman punch. Tony Ferguson ate it like it was Skittles, walked in, and the guy's super balanced while getting hit. Does lots of crazy training to kind of do that. Does juggling on like a balance ball and stuff.
Time's up. Finish
all right.
it.
But anyway, my point is, Tony Ferguson on the floor is very deadly. Beat Kevin Lee very deadly with a choke. I think Ferguson wins it on the floor, hopefully. But yeah, I want to see Don Cerrone win this though.
Who do you have though?
I got Tony Ferguson.
Okay, but you would like Cerrone to win. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see Tony Ferguson and Khabib.
That'd be fucking awesome. Finally, but that fight seems cursed. But on to the next one. Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica Eye for the Women's Flyweight Championship. I had Joanna against Valentina just because she was paying like pretty fucking nice. Yeah, I thought she had what it takes. At least could win a couple rounds. Valentina like fucking showed she's actually maybe not only bigger. Like people were like that was the only reason she was winning. She's probably the better striker, and a lot of people didn't think that against Joanna that she would be the better striker, but she looks like she was. Jessica Eye should not be fighting for a world title. I understand it's flyweight, and there's no one there, but she should not be fighting for a world title. And she's done rather well in the flyweight division, so I understand the shot of the title, even though how it's so shallow and everything. But fuck, man, I guess you need someone to fight, and she's probably.
She picked up the phone. She picked up the phone. Like
I'd rather her than Chookagian though. Chookagian would have been fucking horrible to watch. Yeah, that would have been fucking awful. She's just cringe too, though, bro. She was at the weigh-in. She was like, "Here we go, evil. Here we go. Here we go, evil." She was making the crowd say that. Oh my god, that was fucking horrible. Poor people.
Poor people.
And she's not even using her wrestling at all anymore, like whatsoever.
No. She likes to bang it on the feet.
Yeah, she's getting fucked up, so she's gonna get fucked up. Have a good one. Yeah, you're gonna get fucked.
I actually felt real bad when we went to that event in Toronto, and she actually won her fight because I that was the one fight I faded her, and I'm normally a pretty big Jessica Eye fan. She was talking shit after that fight too, and
she's so fucking
and that's why she's getting the shot, I guess. Been a while since then. Valentina Shevchenko went crazy on Joanna, throwing lots of superwoman punches on Joanna that night. And what sucks is I was sitting right beside you, and I'm like, "Yo, man, I gotta see the Shevchenko spin. You ever see that?" And you're like, "Yeah, I gotta see that live." Fucking as she's doing it, I think I looked away or something, and you're like, "Yo, did?" I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I'm trying not to take my eyes off of this fight just to see that thing again.
Oh, the dance she does.
Yeah, that spin. That's legit. The balance on her is crazy. The way she can keep her kicks going. I like how she can coil her kicks out to feint people, go into that superwoman punch, hook around. I mean, Valentina Shevchenko is a top level striker. Jessica Eye, still very tough and able to give it right back. And I don't think it's going to be easy for Shevchenko because she wins a lot of split decisions. She's beaten Jessica Rose Clark, but she does struggle a lot in fights, and I think she'll struggle a lot in this one. She's got a pretty decent right hand. She doesn't use her wrestling, but it's definitely there in her back pocket if she needs it. But I think Valentina Shevchenko has been on the ground every now and then. She did get an armbar on Juliana Penne, but yeah, I think she outstrikes Jessica Eye in this one. But, man, Jessica Eye's been on a nice tear for a while.
Yeah, for a while.
I think Shevchenko Superwoman punches her, too.
Oh, you think so, eh? You think? That's what you think? You think that? That'd be cool. Okay. We're done here. Last fight. Marlon Moraes, Henry Cejudo for the title. I got my boy Magic Marlon. Hope he knocks out Cejudo. Not a Cejudo fan at all. I fucking hate Cejudo, to be honest, bro. Probably the most hated fighter for me. I fucking hate that guy. I don't know why. He's like pretty good too. I'm not even hating on Nick's abilities or anything like that. Pretty good fight, to be completely honest. Has beat monsters, and I understand that's his gimmick, being the cringe, but it's so fucking bad, bro. It's like, oh, that guy is one of the worst to listen to, brother. He's horrible.
I thought he was on a pretty nice streak right after the Nikki Bella incident.
No, the Nikki Bella stuff was the worst. That's when it was like, buddy, go fuck yourself. That girl already told you to jump in a fucking lake. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, brother. Yeah, I think Marlon's gonna outstrike him. Marlon's actually got really nasty jits as well, so if it does hit the mat, I see him doing a little bit more than Dillashaw. He's bigger than Dillashaw and Cejudo as well. And this is at 135. Yeah. And we've never seen Cejudo at 130. Well, I think he's fought at 135 before, but I haven't seen him recently at 135. So that can be a big factor as well. And bro, I can see Marlon just knocking out Cejudo with a nasty head kick because Cejudo's head's so fucking big. I'm not sure how Marlon's gonna miss that. The striking is not even comparable. And don't expect you guys are all thinking, oh, Demetrius had better striking and stuff. Like, this is so fucking different than Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson does not fight even close to the same as Marlon Moraes. Marlon Moraes is very, very in your face action kind of fighter, bro. Like, just a fucking bulldozer.
Yeah.
Demetrius is not that kind of guy. He's a matador. I got Marlon all day here. I think he's going to be hard to take down. If he does get down, I don't see Cejudo keeping him down, especially for all the rounds. So I got Marlon here.
I'm surprised Marlon Moraes has not been champ earlier, because this guy's just scary. Like, the way he ends fights, kneeing Aljamain Sterling, taking out Rivera, those two fights barely lasted him. His last three fights didn't even barely add up to a round in the UFC. Crazy. And a lot of times the kicks that he lands aren't even the dangerous ones. Sometimes it's just I think when he landed on Aljamain Sterling, it was almost like he didn't even believe he got it. And I think Jimmy Rivera, didn't he block it or something? Or maybe Rafael Sunsao blocked a kick that knocked him down or something. But I remember, I think maybe it was Rivera. He blocked the kick as he got hit with it, man. And he split decisions and he won a split decision by Dodson, which is very tough to do. I call that a feat in and of itself. Henry Cejudo did take down DJ Dillashaw real quick, as well as Demetrius Johnson. Got to cherish any sort of win like that, and he's been on a great tear. So a lot of the cringe, it might be a little weird, but it's definitely hey, he's Chabby, he can do what he wants. But I think Marlon Moraes kicks his head straight off. I think he's been on too many TV shows. I think he's been maybe taking away some time from the gym, maybe resting. But I think his wrestling definitely comes in handy in this fight, but it won't be able to hold Marlon Moraes down for long. And he's good at jiu-jitsu. He'll be able to get back to his feet, and he's the dangerous one there. So, yeah, I got Marlon Moraes all day for this.
Yeah. And there it is, UFC 238. Gonna put this out tonight. I'll drop it on Instagram and everything, but I'll put our picks in the description.
All right.
Around probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go to sleep pretty damn soon. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Drop all the picks in the description along. If I'll put the bets I made, and if Gib made a DraftKings lineup, we'll throw that in there as well. But we'll see you guys next week. What is next week? Who's fighting? I'm trying to think. I want to say Korean Zombie Moicano, but I don't know. Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not next week, actually. It's in 2 weeks.
June 22nd.
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks. Okay, so we get a little bit of a break after this.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. Okay, guys. See you guys next week,
right.
Everyone. Or 2 weeks, like I just fucking said. But take care, everyone. Have a good one.
Joy of the week.
Go Raps. Go Raps.
Go Raptors.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And
No. I'm
you're
exiting. It's just like
are you?
fucking. I don't know if it's gonna stop. Okay, we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Do you want me to end it?